Alright guys, RoKage here and welcome back to the brand new video. Here we are again on Black Clover Mobile. Here it is, the update is live. So we have the brand new dual banners like we already knew. So Licht, Rhya, and then we have Rhya and Vetto. Okay, will I summon? Yes, because I'm a content creator and I'll go for it. Like I already discussed about, if you wanna summon, if you really need to summon or something like that, you should definitely go for the Licht and Rhya banner. Rhya will be a really broken DPS in both PvE and PvP. After Swimsuit Noelle, they will fall off in PvP. Overall, they won't be that good anymore, but in PvE, they will dominate and they'll be extremely helpful. Okay, so I want to furthermore discuss about the characters. Let's see what they're capable of, and then we're gonna make a conclusion overall. Is it worth summoning or not? We already discussed about that. I already said that these banners are skippable, but as a free-to-play, if you want to try it out, you might go for the Licht and Rhya, like already explained. But have in mind, Swimsuit Noelle is dropping really soon, and afterwards Julius is relatively soon as well on global, so keep that in mind. It depends what strategy you will take. Also, I want to talk about the step up banner with the pay gems. So here you have a step up, so after 5 summons, remaining attempt, after 5 summons, you have guaranteed Licht here. Okay, okay, that's his attacker. Let me check out the other banner really quickly, and then we're gonna discuss about them. So yeah, there is only a Licht step up banner, as I can see, and this one you can use with pay gems. So pretty much you do the whole step up, you get a guaranteed Licht and also his SSR skill page. Okay, and that's pretty much that. Now we can just like check out those characters, and then afterwards I will go and summon. Okay, let's check them out really quickly. Oh, he looks so... the characters look incredible. Okay, so level 1, skill 1. Attacks after granting an increased crit rate level 3 buff. This is single target. Then we have skill 2. Attacks after granting an increased crit rate level 2 buff. Attacks after granting a defense penetration level 2 buff. Okay, so here's that... he increases that critical rate like crazy, and he will be critting a lot. And of course that defense penetration also helps out to ignore 20% of enemy defense and then deal damage. So definitely he'll be doing, as a green character, really good damage. And that's his ultimate, of course, increased crit rate level 3, bro, and it's AoE attack, crazy good. And then we have this combined attack after granting a 30% increased damage dealt buff if an enemy is taking continuous damage. I mean, these characters are really good, especially now, but trust me, later on they will fall off, especially in PvP. In PvE you can use them constantly, and I cannot say they're bad characters at all. I'm just saying, like Noelle, Julius, they'll be much better, and they'll be like, they will have there will be longevity. They will have longevity in the game itself. Okay, we forgot to check out also the passive of Licht, but never mind. So skill 1 from Rhya: if a buff is present on self, performs an extra attack dealing damage equal to 30% of own attack and M attack to an enemy. Copies of enemy buffs, interesting. And then here with the ultimate: if 2 or more active buffs are present, performs an extra attack on an enemy, dealing 70% of attack and M attack as extra damage. Attacks after granting a 50% increased damage dealt buff for each active buff present. So yeah, he'll be doing crazy damages as more buffs he has. So extra attack, performs an extra attack against the target, and then increased damage dealt. He'll be doing like insane damages overall. Okay, and then combination: if a buff is present on self, attacks after granting a 50% increased damage dealt buff. We have the passives: grants HP recovery equal to 15% of max HP when a buff expires once per wave. And here we have grants 2.5 increased attack when the buff expires. Okay. Yeah, definitely Rhya will be that main green DPS. Definitely a top tier character overall, but like I said, they're not a must have. You can do fine with them, especially as a free to play. Okay, have that in mind. Also, the skill pages for the Licht. So additional upgrade skill, attacks after granting an increased crit rate level 4 buff, attacks after granting a defense penetration level 2 buff, and inflicts buff immunity on an enemy for 2 turns upon landing a crit. Also, he gets that attack and crit rate buff right here from this. And then Rhya copies of 2 of an enemy buffs, removes 2 buffs from an enemy, and also we have grants 30% increased accuracy buff for 1 turn upon having 3 or more active buffs at the start of the turn. Yeah. I cannot wait to summon, bro. I cannot wait. Ah, she looks also incredible. Fauna. Let's see. Passive, favorite damage dealt plus 7%. And then we have unique passive, grants 50% increased damage dealt when HP is equal to 100% or higher. Let's see. Skill 1, 80% chance to inflict continuous burn damage to an enemy for 2 turns. If an enemy is taking continuous burn damage, attacks after granting a 50% lifesteal. Grants an increased all attack level 2 buff for 2 turns. That's a beautiful thing right here. Additional buff. Increased all attack, that means that attack and M attack has been increased by 40%. And then we have this combination. If an enemy has a debuff, attacks after granting a 30% increased damage dealt buff. Honestly, Fauna, for the JP and Korean right now version, she's doing really well and standing in a good place in tier list. But just because Vetto is not so much valuable, I would say that banner is like super skip. Only whales will be able to cover both of this banner. He is a tank, right? Defender. Red defender, who is not the best. Grants 7% reduced damage taken. Okay. And then grants a 50% fortify buff for 1 turn upon using lifesteal. Skill 1 inflicts a disarm debuff, so reduces damage dealt by 23% for 2 turns. Then we have skill 2 AoE. If HP is equal to 60% or lower, attacks after granting self 50% lifesteal. For each fallen ally, attacks after granting a 20% increased damage dealt buff. Now, for each fallen ally, that's like not the best thing, because you don't want that your characters die overall in most cases, so that's why it's like so. Attacks after granting a 70% lifesteal, grants 35% lifesteal when attacking an enemy afflicted with a debuff. I mean, that lifesteal will be helpful for recovering HP equal to the portion of amount of damage dealt. And then we have the combination attack. Performs a combined attack, 60% chance to inflict taunt on an enemy for 1 turn, and it's only the combination attack. Taunt would be so much better if he had it in his skill set overall. Okay, and I'll just like check out the skill pages. If an enemy is taking continuous burn damage, attacks after granting lifesteal, 65% chance to inflict burn, and then we have all attack plus 10%. And skill page for this one, if HP is equal to 60% or lower, attacks after granting self 50% lifesteal. For each fallen ally, attacks after granting a 20% increased damage dealt buff, 60% chance to inflict an extend debuff by 1 turn, and then level 1 grants 100% of attack as a barrier for 2 turns upon restoring HP. His skill page actually will help him a lot to help, but overall not worth summoning on this banner. If you wanna go here, this is my conclusion, but still I think the best way is just to save up, wait until Swimsuit Noelle drops on that banner. Even though, okay, some people will use the duplicates, SR duplicates for the Julius. I will see. At the end of the day, it all depends. Swimsuit Noelle, in the beginning, you don't need to have her maxed out, right? Because there is no yet real-time PvP, but I will still go for it. I honestly think that I will use the shards on her, max her out, and then save for the Julius, but I'm not sure yet. I will decide. Maybe the best choice for now is to get a Swimsuit Noelle for free from a gateway. And then afterwards you do just like a few multis until you get also Charmy, which will be the best healer in the game. and then you have like Noelle, Charmy, you save those dupe stones, you save for the Julius, and then when the real-time PvP drops, then you can decide who you want to fully dupe out. That might be the best way to go for. Okay, that's that, guys. Love you. I hope you did enjoy it. Leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next one on the summoning video. Hopefully I'll manage to get Rhya or Licht. I would prefer Rhya, but we're gonna see. That's that. Bye, guys.